So we talked before you took over, and now it's been a couple months.
Yeah.
What's it been like?
Yeah, it's been wild. Usually summer is a time where things slow down, but we've had an incredible news cycle. Big breaking news, extreme weather, news out of the White House, international events. We've taken the show to Alaska, to Kerrville, to Washington, to the White House, right there in the North Lawn. So it's been an incredible ride so far, and it hasn't been slow at all. Yeah.
You talk a lot about your parents and about the lessons they taught you that you learned from them. Are there any lessons that continue to come up even in these last 3 months and you say, oh, this is exactly what my mother was talking about?
You know, my parents always taught me diligence, to work very hard, and I think I take that in day out. My parents came from Cuba. They lost their country, and so I know how important it is to have a free press and how important our job is day in, day out. And so what I bring to the anchor desk and what I really bring to NBC News, I think, is that I have a mindset that we work for the viewer, and I really do believe that. So day in, day out, when we're picking stories, when we're thinking about sending teams to different parts of the world, it's how does this affect our viewers? How is this going to help our viewers? And so I think those are all things I've learned from them.
I'm happy to ask this question of a man. We usually ask women about their work-life balance and their family balance. Tell me about that for you.
You know, it's hard. I'm learning because I have this new job. People ask me, how much has your life changed? I say, I'm 100% busier. Even though I had a show before, it's just there's a lot of demands. Every minute of my day is planned or booked. There's been a lot of travel. I have 3 wonderful kids. I have an amazing wife who, lucky for me, she worked in this business, so she knows how it is.
She gets it.
And she's the executive producer of our household, as I say. But no, it's definitely been hard. My kids have always known me to be a network correspondent or anchor, so they know that I may jump on a plane at any given moment. But when I come back, it's dad time, and it's family time, and it's time with my wife. And so my rule is when I'm home, I'm home. And when I'm at work, I'm at work. And sometimes those two collide, but that's life. You know, we all figure it out. And people that have any type of job have work-life balance issues because it's just tough. It's tough to be a parent who's there all the time and somebody who's really committed to their career.
You've been in this business and covering a lot of stories for a long time. This is different, next level up, right? But you're still taking in a lot of information and a lot of the news that goes on. And I know that we hear from our viewers all the time that it's stressful and sometimes fills them with anxiety to see the news of the world. And certainly there are resources, you know, for journalists as we process it all. Tell me about how you process everything that you report on.
Yeah, look, it's hard, right? Because you can't lose your humanity. I think as a journalist, if you lose your humanity, you're not telling the full story. And I also think by keeping that humanity, that's how we connect with one another. I won't lie, it was very rough last week when we had the shooting during a school mass at a school that I grew up going to schools just like that. My kids go to schools just like that. And so that was really hard. But also in that day, we had a cost of denial piece, which was about 2 brothers. And the insurance company had accepted the treatment for one brother, had denied the treatment for the other. And so this family was struggling with that. So we had a lot of stories affecting children. And on a day like that, that was really hard. At the end of the day, that's like kind of when I go to my family, I hug my kids a little tighter and talk to my wife. So there are tough days, but at the end, you know that you're there for a reason, and that's to deliver the news, and you're there to bring back the story. And so I never lose sight of that. But as you know, there are good days and there are bad days, and I think it's just good to talk to people about it.
Yeah. You said cost of denial. Talk to me about nightly news. Tell me about cost of denial. We talked a little bit before you started.
Yeah.
Tell me about the focus on that.
It's launched, and it's one of the things I'm most proud of since we've started. Basically, anywhere I go in this country, I hear from people about issues they have with their insurance companies, whether it be housing insurance or health insurance. And I feel like there was something there. And so we launched this series to hear from viewers and to tell their stories about issues they were having that maybe seemed unfair and look into them. And what we've gotten back are hundreds, if not thousands, of emails of cases. We've already gotten results for our viewers, people who were, you know, at a turning point when it came to their insurance on whether they were going to pay out of pocket or they really needed this coverage. We've had great reporters like Ann Thompson and others who have sort of led the way with their reporting. And the stories we've told, I will never forget. Stories of people not getting the right respirator and then dying because they didn't have the right insurance and something happened there. Stories of those 2 brothers where one got covered and the other didn't, and the parents didn't know why. To doctors who are getting bankrupted, they say, because of practices by the insurance companies. We've been able to tell those stories, and I really think we've tapped into something because we're getting so much viewer email and letters.
Talk to me more about the relevance, because that just proves it right there, the relevance of nightly news. But there are so many other platforms right now for people to get their news. Tell me about where that sits in
Yeah.
the landscape.
I think with any type of news right now, if you want to survive and thrive, you have to be everywhere. NBC News, we have nightly news, we have Today's Show, Dateline, those marquee shows.
Yeah.
We also launched a streaming network a few years ago, and we sort of doubled down when others pulled back, and it's now making a profit. It was smart to do that, and our viewers are growing every single month. More and more people are tuning to us on streaming. And then like 10 years ago, NBC News doubled down on digital. NBCnews.com is now its own thing where it's beating CNN.com and NewYorkTimes.com on some days. Breaking stories, and it's in the palm of their hands. So NBC News really is everywhere right now, and I think that's the name of the game.
How do you achieve trust with both sides of the political spectrum? Because I hear it all the time, and I usually just laugh it off and say, well, if both sides are complaining equally, I'm on the right track. But how do you deal with that?
Look, I think I didn't invent these tenets of journalism, but I live by them, which is you got to be tough but fair, right? And you have to go in there without fear or favor. And I think if you follow those rules, you're going to get it right. I think it's good to hear from others in the newsroom, make sure everyone is sort of weighing in to hear people and the way they're seeing things. I think it's important to follow up, and if you're tough on the Republicans, you're going to be just as tough on the Democrats. And I think that's what NBC News has always done.
Yeah. Let's talk about football. You're a Dolphins fan.
Yeah, fins up. No, I'm not in the right town.
Fins up. Tell me what your view of Eagles fans is.
Oh, I mean, I think Eagles are great. I mean, you guys won the Super Bowl. I mean, this is going to be your year. I know they don't want to talk about repeat. They want to talk about, I think it's called like continued success. It's going to be tough to have back-to-back championships, but the Eagles look really good. I think they're a strong team. You guys showed that last year. I mean, you guys were pretty much unstoppable. And I'm so excited that football's starting against the Cowboys. Another great team that's had kind of a rocky road, but we'll see what happens on Thursday.
It's going to be fun. I mean, the team, they don't want to talk about a repeat. In fact, they're not even going to watch the banner being unfurled.
Really? Wow, okay. That's dedication. That's kind of like the Rocky Philly mentality, all right?
It totally is. And so tell me about your food when you watch football.
Oh, okay. We love wings. Me and my son, we house wings. We love all types of wings. My son is young though, and he'll always try to eat wings that are spicier than he can handle. So it usually ends up with like a gallon of milk and some tears, but we get through it. We like wings. We love ribs also, and that's pretty much it. And we're in Philly now, so I'll probably have some cheesesteaks.
Well, I'm glad you said that because we got you one.
What? You're joking?
No, I'm
kidding. I'm actually starving. Are you serious or no?
I'm serious.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'll open it for you.
Is there? Okay, I just want to make sure.
All right.
So is there a proper way to eat this bad boy?
Well,
this over here, yeah.
I mean, no.
Let's see.
No, there's no rules. Not with
I
the
like mine
cheesesteak.
a little bit spicy. Let's see how this.
I don't know.
This is hot out the oven though. Can I eat this, or am I going to burn my tongue?
Well, no, we kept it in a.
Ooh, wow, look at this. Look at the profile on this bad boy. Look at that right there. You have to take a bite with me. If I'm going to take a bite, you have to take a bite with
fine.
me.
Okay.
Actually, I think we can do this. Ready? Can we cheers? We cheers this.
Oh yeah, to the Eagles. Go Birds.
And the Dolphins.
Sorry. All right, fins up and go
Eagles.
Fins up
and go Birds. Oh.
Yeah?
It hits a spot. Are we allowed to say where it's from or no? It's so good. Or is
No.
it made here? Do we know? So good. Oh, you made my day. I was starving. That's great.
Perfect.
Made my day.
Perfect. Now, how does that compare to a Cuban?
A Cuban
I'm
sandwich?
assuming you like Cuban sandwiches.
I love Cuban sandwiches. I just had one with Al Roker a couple weeks ago in Miami. It's a different sandwich. The Cuban sandwich is interesting because it's both ham and pork.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of the pig that's being eaten there. And there's some cheese, but not like this. This is great. I mean, this is Philly, and when you have a bite, it sort of warms everything inside of you. This is so good. I can't stop.
I'm sure it'll be the first of many.